Hello Chin, hello Rikako, and hello Hiro. Thank you for agreeing for this interview and giving us the opportunity to bring to light the workings of Circular Infinity and celebrating the World Environment Day with us. So, since we have so much to talk about in this limited amount of time, we have curated certain questions that would help us navigate this interview easily. So, if it's okay, can I ask my first question?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to know if there is enough conversation going around about the importance of protecting the environment.
Okay. So it's about first question. Maybe so. Conversation means so vague. So maybe two means so just conversation are two meanings. I think just deliver information and invite understandings, make them understand. So it's two meanings. And for the just deliver is maybe enough because we are worldwide, we are always flooded by info, more info, and just so confusing. So, but for the latter, so make them understood. It is insufficient. It is not enough because we are always feel difficult to understand environmental problem or social problem. It's very, very complicated. So not enough. So, and including science or politics, it's more complicated for the so just people. So conclusion. So two patterns. Deliver information is enough, but make many people understood is not enough. So how about Rikako or Hiroyuki?
So yeah, what he said just makes sense to me, and yeah, I agree with that.
That's great. And yeah, please go on. Oh, I thought Hero was saying something. So I'd like to know, how is Circular Infinity helping in protecting the environment and raising awareness? Yeah, so how is Circular Infinity helping in protecting the environment?
Okay. So Circular Infinity focused on the variety problem, including environment or social problem. So speaking of environmental problem, so we are linking to national government or local government. So speaking of national government, we are focusing on national government helps local government, but it's I feel the problem is divided. National government, local government divided, and local government has not sufficient resources, including money, people, and info. So we, Circular Infinity, connect other variety of people, company, NPO, and national government. So local government have efficient power. So to create local sustainable city or town, it's my ambitious like that. So could you understand my story?
Yes, I understood. And I'd also like to hear from Hiro or Rikako if they have anything to share.
I think on top of that, I'm more into about like so like, for example, there are so like local government and how they disclose the information, or I'm so into about the transparency that they're doing it. So I think what Shane said and my idea mixed together. I think it's really meaningful.
So can I add another info? Okay, and so I feel the non-profit organization is very important role in other countries and Japan. But in Japan, so I'm afraid NPO has not efficient money, not efficient people. So I'm always thinking good service or good product on NPO. So Rikako's company has developed good services now. So I love to empower, support her company and Hiroyuki company. So can I spare the time to introduce their service or product? Okay. So maybe Rikako or Hiroyuki, please introduce your service or product to them.
Yeah, we have enough time. You do not have to worry.
Okay. So Rikako is our CEO, and I'm a management member of the company. The company is called CCJ. It's a Japanese company, unlisted, and we mainly produce. We are like a IT, developer, IT service, industry, and we develop tool like web application, web service that is related to sustainability reporting, which is pretty similar to Goodera, your service. And in terms of resources that Shin mentioned, so we provide one web platform to manage the ESG information, ESG activities, and then so that like we enable them to reduce the resources and time on that. And we'd like to explain more about our product. And so there are mainly two products, which one of them is called IEVA, that Shin mentioned. This is our main product. And the IEVA makes, it's about sustainability, but it's more about social impact, how they measure social impact. Like, I think there are two major ways to measure the impact. One is quantitative and one is qualitative, but we are focusing more about qualitative measure, how to disclose it, how to calculate it. And we do it all automatically. And we issue reports, sustainability reports, kind of automatically fashion. And the other product is called Sustain Cloud. It's more about ESG disclosures, and they covers all the global standards, including ISSB or GRI, SASB standards, and of course the output of sustainability report too. So we deal with those two products and then try to get more information about people from sustainable community. And how we met Shin is that there is a huge sustainable community in Japan, and then we are the member of the community. We talk freely about sustainable issues in Japan, and then we got along with each other. So that's how we met each other. And to give some little brief background of myself is that I used to be an accountant. I used to audit companies in their financial statements, because financial statement has a lot of requirements, standards regulated by the authorities. And I knew about the word of sustainability because I think audit or accounting is kind of, we look at the number in the past, but I feel like I wanted to see something good in the future. So I changed my job to this company and then started, developing the web service about sustainability reporting. And I don't know what to say, but that's my brief background. And our CEO Rikako, do you want to give a brief background of yourself?
I don't have enough skills to speak English as same as Hiro, so I'm like quiet today this time. I'm from IT industries, but after I worked some companies of IT industries, I started to be interested in sustainability things, sustainability like social problems. So I started this company, and I'm trying to help NPOs and companies to develop their sustainability activities. Yeah, like that.
Okay, I think I have kind of question about your service. I looked at your website and know about Goodera, and that service is pretty similar to the product that we are developing right now, and kind of want to have some information exchange session with you personally. I mean, outside of this.
Definitely. So I will get my team also involved in this, and you feel free to mail me or message me on Hangouts, and we can
Sure.
always connect regarding this. So
Thank you.
and thank you so much for giving a brief introduction about the community and how you met Shin, and I'm really thankful for the work that you're doing. So now I will move to the next question of mine, which is if you can mention some of the harmful environmental practices that people follow on day-to-day basis, and that should be stopped as soon as possible. So yeah. Yes, and what role does people play in harming the environment? What kind of activities they do, habits they pursue that harms the environment?
So Circular In-finity do, or so general person do about Circular In-finity?
General people.
General people, okay. I started my activity since 2008, so it's 14 years. So maybe I just see the short history in Japan about the environmental activities, and so 2008 just movement about the environmental activities, but not popular, and many people not attracted, but in these days, situation changed because finance, ESG investment, surged big movement. So social company, environmental services spreaded over Japan or another country into another country. Maybe specializes IT services. So money and IT services changed more and more the general person. So general person has maybe the general person to start thinking about public service or social service make money. So general person have changed their mind because of money. So Japanese people shifted to activity or business or science. So market bigger and bigger, but just garbage on street, it's still a problem. So city area dirty, garbage spread, depends on area. So it's not efficient. And but okay, sorry. Concrete issues. Just about the students, and so new staffing, recruiting students and new staff to company. New staff has very high conscious of environment or social problem. So boss or so executive are surprised. Wow, not money. They are making not money. They are just volunteer, surprised. But so world. So two types of people in same company. So it's a problem. But youth or so recruited so new staff can change the company inside. I expect. That's all. Sorry for long explanation and sorry for
Not at all, not at all. And yeah, I completely understand that when you work for something that's not related to money, it does create a diversion and a difference. And NPOs and NGOs are all about volunteering activities, and people who genuinely are trying to make a change. So I would like to know, how has the environmental awareness and the condition of the environment in Japan changed over the past few years? So anybody would
like
to
by law, the government started to offer people plastic bag. Like we got buy free at convenience store, by grocery store, but by law it started charges some yen to get plastic bag. So if we don't want to pay money for it, we have to bring eco bag like that. So it's by law. It's decided very recently, like last year or something. You want to add some story here?
No, in terms of regulations or laws, I think that's the only one that has been added to Japan. It's mandatory. That you can't avoid paying money to get the plastic bags, and that's the only law. And other than that, I think there are a lot of few changes in Japan. I don't know, it's related to environment, but I think everywhere is now smoke-free environment. You can't smoke cigarettes anywhere unless there's a designated area. And other than that, when we throw garbages, we have to divide the types of garbage into plastic, burnable, non-burnable, and I think recyclable. I don't know. It's not mandated, but it's strongly recommended by the local government. So, and can I add more, or should I stop here? So
feel free to add more.
Okay. The changes in environmental awareness it's based on my experience, but I used to work for accounting firms in Japan, and I sometimes join the recruiting process, and I deal with new hires. They are like 21, 2 years old, and often questions they ask is like they ask, how do you care about environment? How do you do some ESG activities? That's the questions that new hire always ask. So I feel the awareness changed by generation. I think my age generation probably they don't really care about environment, but when I look at the younger people in Japan, they really care. Like, for example, when they buy a cup of coffee at the Starbucks, they kind of look at the CO2 emission, or it's called a carbon footprint. And so what I wanted to say is like the idea of environment or awareness of environment really changed for younger generation, like 20th generation in Japan. So that's the changes that I feel recently. Yeah, it's not regulation or law, but it's a change of their awareness.
That is so good to hear about. And yes, I would agree to this point that awareness is coming, but I believe it should come a little faster, because the time that's left with us is again not too much. So if there is somebody who would like to help Circular In-finity from who is not from Japan, who can be from anywhere all over the world, how can they do that?
Who help our community? So it's about question. Okay. we are linking, we are connecting to very variety of people, community, organization like that. So surely mainly focusing on Japan, but in other countries, one of the executives, our community, living in Bolivia 10 years or more. So he is a tour guide about Uyuni site, or he works for the university as a teacher. So so he brings diversity, and many students, many university students, mainly female students, join this organization. So one live in Hawaii, one live in Canada, and so the conclusion. So many partner, many friends in worldwide. So last year, we are joining COI 16 before COP26. So COI means the youth conference about COP26. So linking England like that. So it's so international network. Last year I speak 10 minutes or so in climate social program like that. So and my friends in India like environmental scientists. So it's so good encounter, good communication. So but which communication is important? I don't know. But so many so fortunately many networks brings good network. I feel so. I don't hesitate to speak with new people, new community. So it's worldwide network, a world peace, one planet, one ships. It's good, important problem, and but not big company. Big company don't look to me. So speaking of company, startup or small mid-sized company, and big NGO, big person, teacher, professor, but don't GAFA, don't worldwide company. So my ambitious is linking to very big sized company in the future.